be all great, very technical things being put, you know. The boys would be listening. When he'd finished speaking, they said, "Well, when are we going to get the boots?" They'd have got the trousers. The uniform came piecemeal. Uniform came piecemeal.
That's right.
So they were still waiting for the boots.
Oh, the boots were very important.
But then this is a fact. When we were coming down by Crocktettina, I said to you that there was 3 or 4 families, and I tried to think of the Welshes in Crocktettina. There was the Shanahans, and the one I couldn't think of was Breens. There was Mick Breen.
Mick Breen and Mary.
He had a daughter, Mary.
That's right.
And the rumour got it that our John was chasing Mary.
Okay.
Now Mick Breen doted on. He's the only child he had. He doted on her.
Yeah.
So he came down in he was a big man. He came down in right rage.
Yeah.
And he was given out at the gate, the wicket gate, to Mammy about John chasing his daughter. And John said, "I'm not chasing your daughter." "Well, you are. I know you are. I told it. So if you don't go away, I'll shoot you." And he went in and got the he got the LDF gun. He got the LDF gun. And they said nothing at all. They said you wouldn't see Mick Breen going up the highway. Up the high road. He was gone.
What did LDF stand for again? Liberty
Local Defence
Local Defence Force, and it was a
Paramilitary type.
for like Republican.
Oh, yeah, it was
There
the
was,
state.
there
It was
was
a-
no
it was a support to
bullets
the
or
state
anything.
army.
They just got the
Oh.
guns, like. You
It
know.
supported the
It's
state
like if
army.
you were an invasion. you
Right.
know,
Oh, they were like the
Right.
what do they call them in the U.S.? The militia. The militia.
It's a militia,
Yeah,
same thing,
yeah.
yeah.
Local
I know
militia.
your militia have uniforms.
And yours got them by the thing meeting.
Ours were partly dressed. The boots were very slow coming. But then after the emergency finished, after the emergency ended,
And the emergency again was
was the time during the war, the 1939 to 45.
Okay.
That was the
right.
emergency.
Okay. When there was rationing and everything.
Winter was over. The farmers were still wearing the uniforms,
right.
wanted to take the milk to the creamery. And the boots lasted,
They were delighted, yeah.
the boots and the uniform lasted for years.
It did, it did.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
All right, Shrisha, give us a poem.
But you remember John telling about the whole crowd in the LDF went to a dance in Lahinch. They went on.
All the
And,
way down.
One of them anyhow, they said he was very shy and he was sitting, he's standing inside in the hall and he wouldn't ask any of the girls out to dance or anything, and he wouldn't take off the cap. And anyway, they said, "Go over there and ask that woman, whatever it was, go over and ask her to dance."
Yeah, yeah.
And he said, "You're no more, you couldn't do it. Hey, I can't dance." He said, "Well, maybe not." And he said, "She said, no, nothing to it. You just grab her and push her up the hall, and then turn her, and push her back." Push her down. Some dancing now. He decided he could pick up the courage anyhow, and he'd ask her to dance, or to could he leave her home. He was only after having the first dance with her, you see, but he had a clue. So he leave you home. He said, "She said, you've an awful cheek. How dare you?" She said, "You know, you don't get on your knees and then off to the other, you're trying to oblige you."
There's another story told about them going to Lahinch.
Yeah.
They went by train from Thurles to Lahinch. And our train was held up for a long time, maybe around, didn't matter his time. And
Whatever,
it was
yeah.
a long
Yeah.
time. And one of the boys, one of them said, "Why is our train held up? What's the delay?" "You'll go puncture."
Oh my God.
Oh, they were smart boys.
Weren't they? Though?
Yeah, yeah.
Weren't they really?
Oh my
And John Shannon and she used to buy woodbines. Do you remember woodbines?
I do, yeah. You get
And
the
you-
3 little woodbines in a tiny little
Real
packet.
cheap, real
Yeah,
cheap.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
And you know what he used to do? You had to get the scissors and cut them in half,
Sparing them.
and you put them into a tin box.
But this,
You wouldn't have to give anyone a cigarette.
you know that where the boys used to meet every night at the cross.
Yeah.
They'd all converged from the 4 roads up from, you know, where the crossroads at the top of where we went on to
Right,
the,
right.
We were on, and
the Garda station across the road, and the two, well, just the wall around the Garda station was a meeting point for all the local lads. After at the end of the day, they'd meet there for their chat and
Hold it
whatever.
up for hours.
Anyhow, then all the local news and whatnot. So this person, I mentioned no names because
Yeah.
it might come up. This lad said, "Do you know, I was in Thurles today, and Jesus, didn't the fella tell me that if you put a drop of petrol into with the
kerosene.
paraffin in the oil lamp, like it'll give you twice the light."
that dangerous.
Oh my God, yes.
So anyhow, this one of the lads went home and put some petrol in the oil lamp,
And the thing exploded.
and like the average farmhouse, like, you know, the men at the house, like,
Yeah.
were at the end of the day, they after their dinner and whatnot, they'd go up to the crossroads, you know, for a break, and the woman of the house would take the lamp off of the back wall and bring it down to the hob,
Oh dear.
and with the Tipperary Star, like she could
If
sit
you're
down
reading
and
our paper.
Read
and
it,
read the
yeah.
Tipperary Star. So she sat there reading the Tipperary Star, and the next thing, Tipperary Star and lamp
The whole lot.
Exploded.
blown
Oh.
sky high.
She lucky she wasn't
She was
killed.
very lucky.
She was very lucky.
Tom, how did you get to Thurles? How would you get to Thurles? Would you have a car? Like,
No.
But
Yeah,
that
the
time,
car.
well, we used to go to fairs and we'd walk, we'd drive the cattle.
how long would that
Nice
take?
bike.
How
We
many?
used to leave at 1 o'clock and we'd see the lights of Thurles. I thought the first time I saw the lights of Thurles, in fact, Tommy Ryan was with me, Tommy laughed his head off, and that was only, I said, "There's the moon."
So it would be a long time.
Oh, Tom.
You thought that
And it was one of the street
was one of
lamps
the lights, yeah.
of Thurles.
There was the
We arrived in there about 7 in the morning, so it took about 6 hours.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
But the first hour, you see, you'd have...
Oh, you would leave at 1 a.m.
Yeah.
You would get up that early and
I was hoping I'd be let it go, never mind. You know, I went to, you know...
you liked this or you didn't.
Oh, yeah, I was a young fella, it was a big,
Yeah.
big thing to be allowed to go, never mind. I hadn't a clue what it involved. for the first couple of miles, it was
Great.
fierce. It was fierce because the cattle would be in good form and spirits, and they'd go in every gap they see. So you spent the time chasing them to the back of the road, but then when you got a few miles down, the old cattle got tired also.
God, they tried to sit down.
So by the time you got near Thurles, you're nearly
Were you?
carrying them
So
in.
would they be laying down and you have to try? Would they be wanting to sit like
Just
lay
to
down?
stand, I
No,
suppose, in the
they
ditch
just
and,
they'd slow
stay
down.
there.
How would you get them? Would you just sit there and wait with them, or
Oh,
would you?
no, you give them
whip
a good
'em?
slap with an ash plant.
God,
Yeah.
No, you drive them into the fair. This was
And they were going to be there to be slaughtered, or just?
no,
no,
they're in
no,
there
it'd
to be
be
sold.
Buying and selling, you
Yeah.
know.
And at that time, the cattle were sold on the streets of the town.
Yeah.
And the reason for the town was because it was connected to a rail link, and they could ship them to the ports or wherever.
So
they
how
were.
many miles would Chef Rye be from Thurles?
10 miles.
Or 10.
10 miles.
10, yeah.
Holy cow!
And then when they'd sell the cattle, then, you know, they'd be standing there where you'd see
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the next thing they'd make the deal.
Yeah,
And a big
Yeah.
spit.
Big
And
hands,
you'd have to
yeah.
give a look shilling
Yeah.
for the look. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the trouble was after standing there all day, You mightn't sell anything, so you had to drive them back home.
That's right. Many did.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh, you'd have to drive him back home.
Back
If-
home, yeah.
whatever
Sell
ones
them.
you didn't sell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah.